Hi friends! It is the Tuesday after the Met Gala, which means we have a very special edition of Testing Tuesday, and I'm also going to give you my thoughts on this year's Met Gala. Today, we're testing out the fan favorite DanessaMyricksBeauty Yummy Skin Tint. I got this in shade number 12. Now, let's get into the Met Gala. I love Met Gala Monday. It's my favorite day of the year by far. Looking at fashion through a storytelling lens, to me, is so powerful because we really can make so many statements about who we are, what we believe in, and where we want our lives to go simply by the clothes we put on. I feel like the Met Ball is an embodiment of that on a grand scale. I'm gonna start out with just a little bit because I don't know how much I need. Wait, before we apply, I'm gonna put on the DanessaMyricksBeauty Blurring Balm, which I have been using and loving the last couple of months. If you are someone who tends to get oily throughout the day, especially like in your T-zone, I highly recommend this balm. If I'm being honest with you guys, I really was not impressed with this year's Met. I feel like it's because no one really leaned into the theme the way that I think they should have. The theme this year was costume art, and this idea that fashion is art and our bodies are art. It honestly kind of felt like a regular gala. Okay, first thoughts of this, it is pretty sheer for me, but I wonder if it's because I'm applying with this big brush. I also have a lot of hyperpigmentation, so I sometimes require more product than the average Joe. I also love that my skin looks like it's like drinking it up. It looks so hydrated already. And while I'm disappointed by the lack of grandeur at last night's Met Gala, I do have an understanding of why people may not be enthusiastic participants in throwing themselves into the deep end of artistic expression. It's because it's something that's very scary. It requires vulnerability. It requires you to handle criticism. It requires you to be misunderstood. And it requires you to be so resolute in your belief about what you are trying to express, even if people don't really get it. And I feel like for the last few years, that has been me, not really wanting to be misunderstood and keeping myself in a box that feels safe when in fact it is actually holding me prisoner. Enough of that. I feel like this is a good place to show you guys how beautiful this skin tint is. Obviously going to finish my face, so let me do that and I will come right back. Okay friends, here is the final look with the DanessaMyricksBeauty Yummy Skin Tint. I think this is a winner. I feel very beautiful. Thank you so much for watching another episode, and I will see you next Tuesday. Love you. Bye.